Hello guys, once again it's Matt and today we have another video. Thank you all the members of the Patreons, make sure to subscribe and let's get into it guys. So today we are flying out the Su-27 to talk about how this aircraft will probably be the most meta aircraft for a very long time guys. So we are here normally flying very high at the beginning of the match. You have such a good platform to do BVR that, I mean, that's the thing guys, the Su-27 is the best all-rounder, you know, it's an aircraft that actually can do everything. The only thing that it cannot do like as well as other aircraft is guided air-to-ground missions. Why? Because it doesn't have any air-to-ground guided ammunition, right? But in the future it will receive that in the more advanced variants of the Su-27, right? So that's why I think the Su-27 will probably be one of the most dangerous aircraft for us to have for a very, very long time. It's an aircraft that has so many variants. It has an incredible amount of variants. Is an aircraft that can do BVR like almost no other right now, like no other. But of course, once everybody starts to get the Fox 3 missiles, and then this aircraft will also have Fox 3s in the future with other variants. So eventually, at the end of the day, you will see other aircraft being amazing as well here. So it all comes down to, you know, the longevity that the aircraft has, right? It's not just about the performance right now, but it is also about the performance that this aircraft will have in the future, continuously just destroying everything on its path. You know, it's not like all other aircraft will be worse, or not that it will be worse, that will be bad by any means. Like an aircraft like an F-15 or an F-16, an F-18, when it's added, all these aircraft will be amazing. But the thing is that the Su-27 is such a complete aircraft that I find it very difficult to find another one that really ticks all the boxes in every single situation. And that's why I think, even me, that I am a MiG enjoyer, if you will. You know, I love my MiG-29s. I prefer the MiG-29s over the Su-27 in other games, and I always love the MiG-29 no matter what, right? But the Su-27 just, it's an aircraft that can do it all. It can be better than the MiG-29 in the BVR, and it can still be better in a dogfight as well. So there's nothing you kind of can do that will make me not love this thing. It really is the most meta aircraft for an air battle. And as I said, it doesn't mean that other aircraft are like bad, but it just means that, you know, the Su-27 is a formidable enemy, and of course in the future we will have more variants of it. The SM, for example, with a better radar and better avionics and everything like that, together with better missiles like the R-77. We have the Su-30s, which are amazing at everything as well, but particularly against ground targets, for example. We have the Su-34, which is even more you know, focused aircraft on an air-to-ground kind of situation. We have the Su-33. The Su-33, man, if it was added today, it would already be probably the best aircraft already as well, because it would be basically the same from what we have right now, a little bit heavier, but technically it has more power in an emergency mode, or rather a takeoff mode, and also it has 2 more missiles, right? So it would carry 2 more R-27s, for example. It could actually carry 4 R-27 ETs, for example, which is, I gotta be honest, a missile that I would love to have 4 of. This thing doesn't carry 4 R-27 ETs, but you will see in some matches, the next one especially, the IRCCM of the R-27 ET right now, guys, is amazing. So even if we don't see maybe the original Su-27S being the most meta aircraft forever, obviously at one point there will be more aircraft that can do better jobs than this thing, but it will always have a variant that will actually be on par with everything else. And that's why it's like the main reason why I think China is going to be one of the best nations for you to research in the future, because you will have these aircraft, or very similar aircraft to those Su-27s originally from Russia and the Soviet Union, but the tech tree itself, it's a little bit easier to research because it has less vehicles and stuff. So it is pretty interesting. Although the ranks and stuff probably is kind of the same, at the end of the day, you need to research less things, right? So yeah, this was the match that I find it very, very interesting to fly on. So yeah, as you see right there, I fired 2 R27s. I missed one. I always fire one from a very long distance because you have the missile, so you can try to get one guy from 50, 60 kilometers. But eventually I got it in the middle of the you know, the zone that the R27 is the better, that is the best, right? And then I got the F-15, and then an F-14 attacked me doing dogfights and eventually got killed by an nearby F-16 that was flying around. So we already have 1 kill, even though we used 2 missiles. We are still quite heavy, and I'm still using 30 minutes, by the way, just because I don't think the 42 minutes are normally usable, and normally it's just you being heavy, and then these aircraft takes a lot of fuel. It consumes a lot of fuel. It's a very strong aircraft, a very heavy aircraft. So yeah, MiG-29 here, firing missiles all around us, but flying very high. So of course, or not very high, but higher than the ground. And then of course I just shot at an R-27ER because it's the best missile for this type of situation. Fire an F-16 as well, the same kind of line of sight fired there. So yeah, another kill. And as you saw, even with the R-27s that I fired at the beginning of the match there, from 4 R-27ERs that I had, I got 3 kills. So yeah, it's an amazing missile, guys. It really, really is amazing. It just do everything. And then an F-16 running from us, faster than us. Of course, I had to shoot an R-27ET, and look at the amount of flares that he fired. And the R-27ET just didn't care. So the IRCCM of the R-27ET, although it's worse than the R-73's one, it is still fairly okay, man, especially against an F-15 or F-14 or something like that. Su-27 over here, and then I kind of got overwhelmed with the amount of like players firing missiles at me here. You will see what happened. But yeah, guys, as you saw, the Su-27 is an amazing aircraft, and it just goes a long way of saying that these aircraft will be the top dog, or one of the top dogs, for a very, very long time, I think, just because of the performance, the BVR. It ticks all the boxes. It's an amazing aircraft, and I would love to see more variants of these things. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe. Happy Christmas already, right? I will be releasing one more video today. But yeah, I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, and bye.